Hello yogis! Welcome to today's thought-provoking video, where we embark on a profound exploration of the dark side of India's prosperity. I want to emphasize that this video serves as an informative platform, shedding light on critical concerns that demand our collective attention. Number 1. Growing income inequality. Welcome to the inception of our expedition, where we stand in awe of the undeniable metamorphosis catalyzed by India's economic growth. Our nation has traversed remarkable distances on the path to prosperity. Yet within this tapestry of achievements, the threads of shadow persist. A colossal presence looms: growing income inequality, a somber specter that casts its ominous shade upon our society, accentuating the gaping chasm between the thriving elite and the countless ensnared by the shackles of poverty. Income inequality deepens its roots in India, nurtured by the uneven distribution of wealth. While the GDP figures dazzle with their crescendo, the spoils of this crescendo find themselves disproportionately divided among our populace. Vast fortunes are amassed by the privileged few, while a significant segment remains entangled within the clutches of abject poverty, a struggle to align both ends of a harsh reality. The Oxfam Inequality Report imparts a sobering revelation. The top 1% of India's population commands dominion over more than 70% of the nation's wealth, thereby consigning millions to a realm devoid of even the most rudimentary resources. This discordant symphony of inequity foments the seeds of social restiveness and disquiet, eroding the very foundations upon which our nation aspires to ascend. As our eyes traverse the panorama before us, towering skyscrapers that seem to kiss the heavens and sprawling slums that cling to the earth, the chasm, the abyss between the haves and the have-nots, stands glaringly apparent, a stark visual testament to the profundity of income disparity. Number 2. Environmental degradation. As we embark further into the heart of economic advancement, let us take a momentary pause to cast our gaze upon the environment. The pursuit of progress, though noble, has unwittingly sown the seeds of a grave predicament: environmental degradation. The trajectory of our economic growth has set in motion the unraveling of our surroundings, leaving in its wake the footprints of decay. This unanticipated toll on our ecosystem has cast a shadow over the purity of our air and water, challenging the very sustenance of life itself. The accelerant of swift industrialization and rampant urbanization has stoked the embers of pollution to unprecedented heights. The air that once carried whispers of vitality now bears the weight of toxicity, a testament to our relentless quest for advancement. The water sources, once pristine arteries coursing through the veins of our land, stand tarnished by the touch of contamination, posing dire health risks for those who rely on their embrace. Within this disheartening tapestry, the World Air Quality Report paints a portrait that finds numerous Indian cities woven into the fabric of the world's most polluted. Even rivers as sacred as the Ganges have fallen prey to the onslaught of pollution, a travesty that echoes across cultural and ecological dimensions. The legacy of degradation we leave behind today is a legacy of adversity for both present and future generations. In a visual chronicle that unfolds before our eyes, we bear witness to polluted skies that seem to weep, industrial refuse that taints our water bodies, and landscapes marred by the scourge of plastic. This montage unearths the grim reality that India's environmental canvas now paints. Number 3. Social disparities and discrimination. In the midst of our jubilation over progress, let us not inadvertently avert our gaze from the persistent biases that tarnish the very fabric of our society. Prejudices, deep-rooted and unrelenting, stemming from the complex tapestry of caste, religion, and ethnicity, persist as sinister agents, limiting the avenues available to marginalized communities. Even in the wake of our strides toward parity, certain groups bear the weight of discrimination, shackled by a system that hampers access to education, employment, and the promise of upward mobility. Despite our collective aspirations for equality, these biases persist as haunting echoes of a bygone era. The vestiges of the caste system, long thought to have faded, continue to exert a quiet but resolute influence. This influence condemns Dalits to a life on the periphery, their inclusion in various spheres of existence hampered and their voices stifled. The repercussions are profound and far-reaching, for these biases undermine the very bedrock of inclusive growth. And in their wake, They sow the seeds of division that erode the unity upon which our nation stands. Before our eyes, a tapestry of images unfolds. Poignant instances of caste-based discrimination, simmering religious tensions, and troubling ethnic divides. Each frame vividly illustrating how these biases eat away at the very core of our society. Number 4, lack of basic services. The true essence of prosperity lies in its capacity to bridge the chasm that separates the privileged from the marginalized. Regrettably, this aspiration remains a distant mirage, as the absence of basic services serves only to deepen this divide. Equitable access to essential services, a fundamental human right, continues to elude many. Even as the wheels of economic growth turn, several regions remain caught in the clutches of deficiency, devoid of proper healthcare, education, sanitation, and clean water facilities. The gap between the haves and the have-nots widens, like a fissure in the fabric of society. Reports resoundingly underscore the inadequacy of healthcare infrastructure in rural enclaves, where medical facilities are scant and the haunting specter of high maternal mortality rates looms overhead. This scarcity of access becomes the harbinger of a vicious cycle of poverty, locking marginalized communities in an unending struggle, a struggle that becomes the very shackles that restrain societal progress. Before us unfolds a visual tapestry, a heart-wrenching montage. Clinics teeming with the burden of the underserved, schools in states of dilapidation, and families grappling in the absence of even the most rudimentary sanitation facilities. Each frame etches a stark portrait of the insurmountable challenges that besiege these marginalized pockets of our society. Remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Your active engagement with these pivotal topics serves as a catalyst for change. Every like, every share, every comment, and every subscription is a step towards raising the collective consciousness. By acknowledging these challenges, you become a vital agent of transformation. In this journey, we must recall that change germinates from the soil of awareness. Your role is not passive, it's transformative. Share your thoughts, insights, and perspectives in the comment section below. Every perspective adds depth to the conversation, and together, we propel the winds of change. As we part ways for now, remember that our voyage has merely commenced. Part 2 is poised on the horizon, waiting to plunge even deeper into the uncharted territories of the dark side of India's prosperity.